Now we are gonna introduce you Digidevice UF5 indicator with the recipe system. That has a recipe system on here. We have a kind of small computer, and we have here is the weighing part that you can see the weights on digitals. Now you have the buttons here. There are buttons, 8 buttons. You can have use OK button. You have a C button, which is a clear shortcut of clear, and you have down, up, and this is the loading and unloading button that you can have the unloading and downloading in this part. Now we are gonna show you the other parts. We have here net and zero. That takes the tare of the weight that you put on the mixer wagon. You can have a tare, and this one is the gross, which is showing the total weight in the end of the tare. If you put like for example, we have a tester here. If you put some weights on it, when you push this button, it takes partial weight. So this means you can have zero, but at the same time you hold a partial weight here. So I'm putting another weight. So gross weight goes up, and this one is the partial weight in the second weight. So when I push again, there's a new partial weight, and it will show me the other gross weight as well. So I put another part, so you see the 695 kilos. Now when I push gross, it will bring me the 695 in the main digitals. So that means you can have a kind of ration easily manual that way. Now I'm just putting them out. So if you wanna zero your weighing system, you have to zero with the clear button. You push clear button about 10 seconds. Now it's gonna show tare OK, and it will be zero. Now, I'm just taking the weight from the tester. Now it's again minus 50. So 10 seconds, again zero. So this is the way you make it zero, because if you push this button, just suddenly, if it goes to zero, if there is 10 tons or 5 tons of silage, or if you have 10 tons of feed on the machine, if you push accidentally this button, it will go zero. So that's a bad thing. So we have 10 seconds to make it, so you have time to think about to make it zero. Now we have a tester, and it's a shortcut, so we're just showing you the details. Now you have the buttons. Now I didn't explain this button. This button is the menu button that you can change many things, like language, the names of the formulas, or you can change, or you can have calibration and everything from this button. There are menus inside. You can go up, down. There are many settings and weight options on this one. So before that, I'm gonna explain you the ration system. This button in here. There is a arrows. There is a arrow down and up, means load and unload. Load and unload. So before load and unload, we make a load and unload. We have to make a formula. So I go back and I show you the where you make the formulas. There is a page button, menu button, as I explained before. In the first page you see load program. What does that mean is when you go, okay, first of all we made a formula before the video. Now we have a test here, test formula. You can change the name of the formulas, by the way. You can change it for any farm or any day or time. You can change the name. We put test, and you can see there are another formulas on here. You can go until 50 formulas. So you can make 50 formulas, and you can use them in another dates or another times. So I go back the formula that I made. Now I'm adjusting my formula. Actually, I'm not making a new one. I can make you a new one as well. I'm just going to show you some details inside this test formula. So I push OK. Animals, that means you have animals in the farm. It's up to you. You can change any numbers. So I choose 10 kilos because I have a tester here. I don't have chance to put a lot of kilos, so I'm just gonna choose 10 animals. I push OK. So first formula, this means first formula on the formula, and that is the component that I'm adding. Component 1, it will come again. You will see grass. I changed the name of the components as well from the menu. So I just have here 0.5. That means for one animal, I'm gonna give 0.5 grams or let's say half a kilo. For one animal, I'm gonna give half a kilo of grass. So if you want, you can change it to another thing. For example, this is 1 kilo for one animal. So in the end, when you multiply this to 10, that means 1 kilo for 10 animal. That means 10 kilos of grass you will be adding when you're loading the grass when you make the recipe. Anyway, let's change this to 5 grams because we don't have big tester. So I go for the second component. So this is the second component. I changed the name of this component as well. I put feed. You can put everything you want. So I go to the third component. I didn't put anything in this one. So I'm just gonna make 2 components. That would be enough for the video, so you won't waste a lot of time. I just go to the last step, which is 20 is the last step of this one. When you come to the 20, just be slow. You will see something in the end. Mixing time. Mixing time means after the components added, you can put a mixing time, which is like 1 minute, half a minute, or 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you like. You put the grass inside the mixer wagon and you mix it as much as you like. In the end of that time, there will be a siren will be going on. I'll show you the siren as well. So I just put half minute, so we won't make a lot. So mixing time will be added. So I finished one ration right now. I'm just gonna show you the unloading part as well before we make a load. So I go to the menu button again. I push the up one page, and I'll have here unload program. We will be programming unload. So formula that we made before. Now we are making a unloading for that formula actually. So test is the name of the formula. 10 animals. I push OK. It's showing the kilos as well. So I push OK. So first formula. This is the place where you unload the products. So I changed the name of the product. So you will have here milk. If you want, you can have here I don't know, maybe meat animals, milk animals, or mothers, or I don't know, maybe babies. You can change a lot of unloading points. You can name them if you want. I'll show you these details as well later on when I finish the formula. So I push OK. It's showing me. For example, for the first one, I have one animal. It's showing me to drop down 1 kilo. In the second part, I have here 5 animal. I didn't name this one. It should be meat or something, whatever. So 5 animal. I'll be dropping down 5 kilos. And now in the other one, the third place that I unload, that means 4 kilos. and the fourth one, there is no animal, there is no animal, there is no animal. I go. So there are 20 unloading points as well. So I finished right now loading and unloading at the same time. So I can make a recipe right now on the farm. Now I just came to the farm, I push a button, I'm gonna load first of my formula, which is test. So I have 10 animals, I'm choosing the formula. Now it's asking me to put down some grass on the tester. I'm just putting some. As you can see, there's a siren going on. In the end of the siren, it goes to the second. It goes to the second component. After that, it goes to the second component. Normally, if you make it in the farm, it should have been showing you. For example, this is 5. When it comes to the half a kilo, it should have been making just one siren, and in the 0, it should have been making a whole siren. So there are 2 sirens at the same time. One is on the 10%, one is in the end of the process. Now we have a tester, so it's just giving the siren directly because I'm putting as much as than the which is asked. So now we are on the second component, which is 5 kilo is asked. I'm just gonna find something smaller if I can. Let me see. I'm just gonna put this one here, which is a smaller thing, but it's still heavy. It's still a heavy thing. Our tester is very sensitive. Now we have mixing time. You will understand the mixing time. By the way, we have put 60 kilos because of our tester. And now we are gonna drop down 60 kilos when we go to the paddocks. And now we have a mixing time which is half a minute. Now we are just waiting for it to be finished. By the time there will be a siren, I'm just holding it. Now siren is ending. That means if you are drinking a tea or coffee by the time of mixing, because this is a short mixing time, normally there will be maybe more than 5 minutes or 10 minutes mixing time for the machines, and it depends on your knives of the machine. Anyway, so now we have a total weight of 60 kilo. It's shown as a 60 kilo. If you want, you don't have to put a unload. You just go to the paddocks and you just drop down your product. But now we are just gonna show you how to unload. I'm just pushing this button, which is a shortcut, and now I just push minus, and I see unload. I choose an unload right now. As we tested before, we have a test. I'm just choosing the first formula. That's it. For milk, we made as you remember, 0.5, which means 500 grams. So I'm just gonna take some here. Can you just show on the tester? When I take this one here, it will show me it drops down some kilos. But why is it showing this one? Because this is the second component that I put it on the loading process. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put this one here somewhere on the tester, and I'm gonna take the bigger one. So it's gonna show me the more kilos drop down. So when I take this one as well, it's not showing me the right size because I have a tester here which is showing low. But when you do it on the farm, it will show you directly the points of the numbers. Now let's see if we can drop everything. Now, for example, I finished first unit, and now I have more components. Let's see. As you see, the 10% I left it. I have to hold it like some minutes, so it will go to the second unit. Now formula test is first part of the drop or unload is complete. In the second part or second paddock will be unloaded. Now I'm just gonna make it for the again. I have to hold it a little bit because I have to hold it for the 0. Now it's for the third one, third place. Now that's it. I have unloaded all my products from the tester. Now I have 0 on the machine. Now that's the loading and unloading process for the ration. Let me just show you the how to change the names, and we'll be finishing the video. We push the menu button again. There is unload, load and unload. There are stop that you can put. Execution options, which is the auto go for components. You can change. So if you want, you can switch off the names. You don't have to see the names, or if you wanna see the names, you can put names anyway. You can work with the numbers if you like. Formula names. There is a place that you can change the names of the formula. I have it here. Test, for example. I can change it to anything. Test to West, for example. I can change it to anything I like. To go in UF5, you have to, if you want to OK something, you have to go in the end of the process. So in the end, it says OK. Now let's go to the, you can change, OK, 1 second. Auto go, formula, display names, display formulas. Component names. You can change here the component names. I have it here, grass, for example, for the first component. I have it here for the second component, feed. I can change it for third component. This is paglia in Italian. The product is Italian, so that's why we have paglia. You can change everything you like inside of the machine. So I go back, component names, unload names. I can change unload names. For example, I have an unload here, milk, unload here, nothing. I can put something here if I like meat or whatever. I put J. Let's go to the end. So the second unloading place is J. Now I just go back. Unload names. Okay. Now we have here unload names. Set to standard names. If you have something mixed up, you can just set to default factory default names. Everything. So that's the end of our video. If you have any problems or any questions, you can comment below the video.